Kitchens can get cluttered, small kitchens even more so. Our kitchen is on the smaller side, so if we overflow it with unnecessary items, it can feel crammed very quickly. So today we're doing a reset. We're gonna dive into all the cupboards, get rid of anything unnecessary, reorganize a bit, and restock. And I'm taking you along for the ride. I'm starting in the mug cupboard, and our mug cupboard used to be overflowing with mugs that we didn't truly need, because honestly we don't need 30 or 40 mugs in there. Nowadays we have about 12 mugs, I think, and some of them were in the dishwasher here, and even that we probably don't need that many, but I like to have some extra in case we have guests over, and we also use our dishwasher quite a bit, so it's nice to have a few extra. But my goal is for them to fit into this small cupboard neatly. I don't want it to feel too stuffed, because then it's a pain to put things away. This is also where we put glassware, our travel mugs, water bottles, everything like that. And I did declutter one water bottle that I realized we haven't used in a very long time, and we tend to gravitate towards the other ones that we have, so that one will be going away. For food containers, we generally keep glass containers. We have a few plastic ones for kids. The trick that I found works best with food containers is to keep the lids on when we store them away. I know it seems like it's going to take up so much more space if we do this, but actually keeping the lids on keeps the cupboard feeling tidy, and it's also really easy to grab a container without having to scramble around looking for its matching lid. Up in this cupboard, I keep a basket of baking items that we use once in a while with the kids when we do something special, and I keep a few spares and kind of overflow up here as well. When it comes to the spices, I keep them on the side here in this horizontal storage, and it works really well because it doesn't take up surface area. And I did a quick refill of some of the spices, and I did take note to buy some more that we were missing. Under the sink is an area that can get so cluttered so easily, because sometimes we feel like we need a whole bunch of cleaning products in order to keep our home clean. We have minimized the amount of cleaning products that we keep here, and it helps a lot. We keep our cleaning cloths here on the door, and some of them were in the wash, so we have more than this. Then we have this little container where we put all of our plastic bags that we take to recycling to any large supermarket. And a few months ago, I actually got this drawer set that helps keep our cleaning products stored in a better system. So we've got the dish pods, laundry pods, I've got my Pedi and Fig refills, and any sponges and things like that we use. They're all stored in here. And then I have my two cleaning bottle sprays, the Pedi and Fig ones. One is the bathroom one and the other one is for any other surface. And that's pretty much what we have in here. For pots and pans, we keep it simple. We only have a few of each because realistically, we do not need a whole bunch of them. These fit our needs really, really well. We're a family of 4. I did a tiny clean in the cutlery drawer just because it was getting a little bit dirty underneath. So I took everything out and I did declutter a few little bits and bobs that needed to be thrown away. There were also some toys that I brought back to where they belong, in the living room. These drawers can get so stuffed with a whole bunch of random items. It can get from 20 different Calpol syringes to random toys to knickknacks. All of these things can clutter up our drawers, so it's really good to give it a refresh. Take out anything that doesn't need to be in here. I keep scissors in here and a couple pencils, just things that are actually useful that we use on a regular basis. I also did a bit of a refresh in the utensils drawer, so I have any spatulas, grater, and lots of random little items like garlic press, pizza cutter, all of those items. And I also have a basket of cloths. That's really handy because I'm trying to use less wipes. I'm not saying I'm completely 100% wipe free, especially when we're on the go, but at home I tried not to use them and to use these cloths instead. For plates, I moved them in this bottom drawer so that they're really close to the dishwasher, and it's these tiny things that make our days flow just a bit smoother. I filmed this on a Monday, which is our usual food shop day, so we got our Tesco delivered, and I'm going to start putting things back where they belong. So I'm starting with the snack cupboard. This is where we keep pretty much the kids' snacks, our like chocolates and treats that we have at the end of the day, and we also have our bread bin. One trick I find really useful with snacks and kind of pantry items is to remove as much packaging as possible and just keep the individual items in those bins. Saves space and it's much easier to grab when you're on the go too. I also did a bit of a restock in our potato and onion drawer, and I like to keep most of my cupboards and drawers not 100% full. My goal is to not have them full to the brim, because if they are full to the brim, it's really hard when I'm trying to put things away, when I'm trying to tidy. Whereas when we have like 70 to 80% of the space full, there's always that little bit of wiggle room, which just makes cleaning and tidying every single day a bit easier. Then I moved on to the fridge to restock, and I don't have specific containers in here. Some people like to do their fridge really aesthetically pleasing. That's not really my goal here. I just like to keep it simple. We keep drinks, milk, sauces and jams on the door, and then inside the actual fridge I try to kind of organize each shelf by category. So we have one shelf for meat, and when I put the meat in there, I try to stack it up in the order that it's going to expire. So I know the ones at the top I'm going to cook first. So like the fish, for example, I'm going to cook that first this week because I know it's going to expire first. And this helps us reduce food waste and make sure that we eat the food before it goes bad. We also have a shelf for dairy, a shelf for fruit and veg, and the drawers at the bottom are also usually full of veggies and stuff like that. And then everything else just in between. Then up here in this cupboard is our breakfast bar, like we like to call it. So we just have cereal, coffee, sugar for the coffee, oatmeal, anything like that, and some bowls. And making breakfast is really easy because of this, because everything's in one spot, and also our coffee machine is right below it too. So I'm just refilling some of these containers. I like having clear containers like this because then when I'm doing the food shop, I can easily see what I'm missing and what I need to buy more of. And similarly for this cupboard where we keep all of our pantry items, I like having things in clear containers. These jars come in really handy for that. So I can see when we're out of pasta, and I can make sure we're not overbuying things. We don't have overflowing cupboards. We only have the food that we actually eat. This not only saves money, but it also makes your cupboards look less cluttered because they're not overflowing with food that is going to expire before we get a chance to eat it. I also keep up here the blender. We have a bin for the kids' medicine and things like that. And to finish off the kitchen reset, I just give the surfaces a bit of a spray to make sure they're nice and clean. I do hope this was helpful if you're trying to declutter and reset your own kitchen, and I will see you in the next one.